open your eyes. No, really, open them. Because if you wait much longer, you might not get another chance. The first thing you notice isn't the cold, it's the silence. Not city silence, not nighttime silence. A prehistoric silence. The kind that existed before roads, before engines, before electricity. Even the wind sounds different. Then the cold arrives. Not uncomfortable, not chilly, violent. It punches the air out of your lungs before you even sit up. Your breath explodes into a cloud of white. Snow crunches beneath your hands. The ground is frozen solid. You look around. No buildings, no roads, no power lines, no smoke. Only endless white stretching toward the horizon. Welcome. You're somewhere around 20,000 years ago. The last ice age. And unless you make the right decisions over the next few hours, you won't live long enough to see tomorrow. Here's your first mistake. Standing up. Modern people always stand up first. Ancient humans didn't. Before moving, they listened. Every sound mattered, because the Ice Age wasn't empty. It was crowded. Not with people. With animals large enough to kill you without slowing down. Woolly mammoths, steppe bison, reindeer, giant elk, cave lions, dire wolves, hyenas, and perhaps the most dangerous predator of all. Another human group protecting their territory. You don't know what's nearby, so stay still. Listen. Only after several minutes do you slowly rise. The cold hits harder now. Your clothes? Completely wrong. Cotton, jeans, sneakers. They're practically designed to kill you here. Cotton absorbs moisture. Moisture steals body heat. Body heat is life. The Ice Age doesn't care how healthy you are. Lose enough heat, and your muscles stop working. Your thinking slows. Then everything simply stops. You have maybe a few hours before cold becomes your biggest enemy, but strangely, cold isn't actually your first problem. Water is. You feel thirsty already. There's snow everywhere. Problem solved? Not even close. Eating snow is one of the fastest ways to lose precious body heat. Every handful forces your body to melt it. That costs energy. Energy creates heat. Heat keeps you alive. Instead, look for moving water. Streams freeze last. Flowing water is safer than stagnant pools. If you can't find one, collect snow inside bark or stone. Melt it beside a small fire later. Never waste your own warmth. Now another question appears. Where are you? Geography determines everything. If you're in Ice Age, Europe, you're surrounded by open grasslands. If you're in Siberia, temperatures can drop below -40 degrees. If you're in North America, massive ice sheets block entire regions. You don't know. Which means you assume the worst. That's another ancient survival rule. Optimism gets people killed. Preparation keeps them alive. You begin walking. Slowly. No rushing. No jogging. Every unnecessary movement burns calories. Calories are now your bank account. And nobody knows when your next paycheck arrives. As you move across the frozen landscape, you notice something strange. There are almost no trees. Most people imagine the Ice Age as endless forests. It wasn't. Huge parts of the world became cold grasslands called the Mammoth Steppe. Dry, windy, treeless. One of the richest ecosystems Earth has ever produced. Millions of grazing animals lived here, which sounds wonderful. Until you remember, predators follow food. If herbivores are nearby, hunters aren't far away. You spot tracks in the snow. This changes everything. Ancient humans read tracks the way you read road signs. Large round prints? Mammoth. Split hooves? Bison. Long narrow marks? Reindeer. Huge paw prints? Leave immediately. You're no longer alone. Tracking wasn't just hunting. It was information. Who passed here? How long ago? Were they running? Were they injured? Did something chase them? The ground told stories. Modern humans stopped reading them. Your ancestors never did. Hours pass. The sun barely climbs. Winter daylight during the Ice Age is painfully short, which creates your next deadline. Shelter. Forget food. Forget exploration. If darkness arrives before you're protected, the Ice Age wins. You begin searching for anything that blocks wind. Wind steals heat faster than cold air alone. A rock wall, a cluster of boulders, a fallen tree, even a shallow depression in the ground. Ancient humans didn't need perfect shelters. They needed better shelters than yesterday. Then you notice smoke, very faint, barely visible. Your heart races. Humans. Finally. Or, your biggest danger yet. Unlike modern society, meeting strangers isn't automatically good news. Resources are limited. Food is scarce. Every extra mouth increases pressure. One wrong approach could end badly. So you watch first. Always observe before revealing yourself. From a distance, you count figures moving around a fire. Adults, children, someone scraping animal hides, someone carrying wood, someone feeding flames. No one is sitting around doing nothing. Survival has no weekends. You realize something remarkable. These people aren't barely surviving. They're experts. Every movement is efficient. Every task has purpose. Nobody wastes energy. Nobody wastes food. Nobody wastes daylight. If they accept you, your survival chances multiply. If they reject you, you're back alone in a frozen continent. Now comes the hardest decision of your life. Approach or disappear. You step slowly into view, hands visible, no sudden movements. Ancient humans understood body language long before language itself. One hunter notices you immediately, then another. Within seconds, everyone knows you're there. Silence. Nobody smiles. Nobody waves. They're studying you. Healthy? Dangerous? Injured? Useful? Those questions decide your future. After several long seconds, one older woman tosses another piece of wood onto the fire. Nobody attacks. Nobody chases you away. It's the closest thing to an invitation you'll receive. You move closer. The heat feels unbelievable. For the first time all day, your body relaxes. Then something surprising happens. Nobody asks your name, because names matter less than contribution. Can you gather wood, carry water, repair tools, watch children, help tomorrow's hunt? Survival is your introduction, not your biography. As darkness falls, the ice age changes completely. The temperature crashes. Stars explode across the sky. The fire becomes the center of the universe. Outside the light, predators begin moving. Inside the circle, people begin talking. Children laugh. Someone starts repairing a spear. Another carefully shapes stone into razor-sharp blades. An elder begins telling a story. Not entertainment, memory, knowledge, warnings, maps, history. Everything your civilization stores inside books. Theirs lives inside people. You finally understand something modern life almost erased. The greatest invention wasn't the spear. It wasn't clothing. It wasn't even fire. It was cooperation. One person alone rarely survives an ice age. 20 people together can survive almost anything. Tomorrow, you'll wake before sunrise. You'll search for food, follow tracks, protect the fire, carry your share, learn the land, and if you're lucky, you'll earn one more day. Because surviving the ice age wasn't about being the strongest, or the fastest, or the smartest. It was about making enough correct decisions. One after another. Until spring finally returned. And for ancient humans, that wasn't extraordinary. That was simply life.